All right, looks like we're up and running. Whew. Sorry if I sound like I'm out of breath, everybody. I just had one of the most epic live streams so far this year. There was just so much going on in One Piece. Like the recent chapter, I won't go into spoilers if you weren't there. You guys can check that out once the video is fully processed on the channel. But reading through that whole chapter has me absolutely mad hype. It was such a good chapter. But as of right now, you guys have me for My Hero Academia. Cool K, what's going on, man? You missed the One Piece reaction. It was so awesome. But I won't divulge any information here. You can watch that later if you choose. Well, I'm doing good, man. How are you? Let me just go ahead and get this set up properly. Because last we left off in My Hero Academia, the heroes started to attack the entire stronghold of where the Para-Liberation Front was in the forest in the mountains, while the other heroes were taking care of the Nomu and Daruma all the way in the hospital in the other part of the city. And it ends with Hawks staring down, and it ends with Hawks staring down twice as he has him literally on the ground with all of his feathers pointed at him, because we all know that Hawks' quirk allows him to use his feathers as sharp as razor blades, and that makes him one of the fastest combatants in the world. So, and Hawks is looking at Twice with like a murderous intent like glare in his eyes. So hopefully we get to find out the whole thing that goes on there. All right. 800 meters southeast of the hideout and 1 kilometer west of the hideout. Okay, so they are covering, the heroes are going around to all the emergency exits for all these villains and pretty much sealing it all. They're sealing all the Para-Liberation Front inside, so they only have one way to come out. And then 800 meters north of the hideout, here we go. And then we have a rock quirk hero who's apparently starting to fill up the entire pathway with rocks so that they can't make their way out. And I'm pretty sure the other heroes that are around in the southeast, west, and other areas of the hideout are sealing up the exit except for one so that they can funnel everyone out of there. The Underground Sanctuary Assembly Hall, where there's so many members of the Para-Liberation Front in there. Redestro! Redestro! Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. What is it? Today's conference is of dire importance. We can't afford any disruptions. Heroes are coming! And this whole time, Redestro is smiling. And it zooms in on his eye, because I don't think he can believe it. Our comms are jammed and the only way out is through the mansion. See, told you, they're sealing up all the exits so they can't get out. A ridiculous number of heroes showed up out of nowhere. They've got the whole hideout surrounded. And as you know, Redestro's quirk centers around the amount of stress he has. So the more stress he has, the more powerful his quirk. And in one single instant, in this one panel, his whole body just starts to turn a different shade because of all the stress he's about to absorb into himself. Huh? And then we have Cementos. Just doing work. Stellar work charge. Chapter 264, One's Justice. What are the odds that this chapter has this name and the recent game that just came out, which is called One's Justice? But as you also remember in the last chapter, Kaminari put himself on the map as one of the top boys of Class 1A in absorbing one of the electricity quirk users and completely use it for himself in order to keep the other heroes from being intercepted by this guy. Electrification by the look. Thanks a lot. Because Cementos has pretty much dismantled the entire mansion so far. And I'm going to say save for allowing an exit where they all can come flowing out from. But Cementos has pretty much destroyed the entire mansion. And even though it's currently being demolished at this point, I wonder if Twice and Hawks got out. And then Kaminari is just buzzing with energy. Thanks a lot! Electrification by the looks of it. But how many million volts can you withstand? And then Edgeshot jumps in front of this guy. Ninpo, 1,000 sheet pierce. And as we know, Edgeshot is able to thin himself up, but also dash through people. Like thin himself down to the size of a sheet of paper and literally push himself through people. So I'm pretty sure with his quirk, he knows exactly how to disable people just by, kind of piercing through them. It sounds like it hurts, but it works. I've put tiny holes in your lungs. Getting worked up could put you on death's door in that state. Okay, hold on. That's actually kind of dark. He pierced all their lungs so that they can't actually fight as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, it was 14. 15 people he literally threaded himself through, and he pierced all of their lungs. So none of them can fight at full capacity. Edgeshot is kind of OP, but you got to admit that he must have some pretty good knowledge of the human anatomy in order to pierce through all these lungs so effortlessly. That's why he's one of the top heroes. I've put holes in your lungs. Getting worked up could put you on death's door in that state. And then we have Midnight just flipping through people using fans. But a nice snap will have you healed in no time. And as we know, with Midnight, she's able to give off this pheromone that can put people to sleep so effortlessly. And she's pretty much torn a hole in her suit because her skin gives off that smell. And that's the reason why she keeps herself sealed into it. But it's also easily rippable, rendable. It's also easily terrible so that she can just open it up and start taking out all the heroes and sending them to sleep. And since she uses fans, it actually adds on to her combat style because it allows her to pretty much fan out her pheromones and put everyone to sleep around her because it's already affecting people. And then we have Kamui Woods, who we haven't seen fighting in a very good long time. Hello, Jeff Giordano and Kevin Spencer. Good to see you guys here as well. Lacquer Chain Prison. And he's jumping right behind Midnight, Lacquer Chain Prison. Wasn't that the move he was going to use on the big villain that we see at the beginning of the series, but he couldn't because Mount Lady intercepted him? And now we get to see him use it a lot more. This is a mess. Even the regiments are all falling to pieces. If you're going to go down, at least take a few of these dogs with you. And then all of a sudden, they start to sink into the ground. The ground? Hey, it's UA High School Class 1B, Juzo Honenuki, Mudman, using his quirk that we seen him use when he was fighting Class 1A way back when, and many chapters ago, back when I was finally catching up with chapters. I can't believe it's been so long ago since I finally caught up with all the chapters. But it really has. Time flies, you guys. Good Lord. And then we have Gang Orca. Good work. Good job, Mudman. You mean it? Not gonna work on me. And then we got some person trying to step out of the mud, but then a mushroom pops out of his head. And it turns out to be spores that causes all adjacent villains that are around him to start coughing. What the? Mushrooms? UA High School Class 1B, Kinoko Komari. She-Mage. Oh, so we actually got her hero name. She-Mage. Or She-Mage. Batman, big fan. Leave the crowd control to Shrew. Leave the crowd control to me, Shrew. Amazing, She-Mage. We got it from here. We'll take down their top guns with our full force. And then there's Hawk still there. I sent out the date and time of the attack via code. And if I make it sound easy, believe me, it wasn't. So do we get to see what happens to Hawkson twice here? But apparently... Oh, not only that, but he's levitating because as I said, his quirk allows him to control the feathers on his back. But it also allows him to be so intricate with it that he's taking the feathers that had tracers put on him to track his every movement, every word he said. He's having them ripped off by other wings. Like he's having it ripped off by other feathers. He's taking smaller feathers and then popping off the tracers that are on his wings that they were using to keep tabs on him. The real threat here was the sheer numbers on your side, so... Hey, come on, what's up? I had to keep an especially sharp eye on you and your double. Certainly couldn't leave you to your own devices. Let's go over our liberation ideology before the big conference. You didn't suspect a thing, right? And then a feather pops in front of Twice's face, and Twice is sweating. Please don't resist. I'm going to capture you and hand you over to the authorities. That's how this works. But hold on! Someone's got to pay for this, and he's recounting all the things that have happened thus far. No! He's the one who killed Big Sis Mag, and the one who blew Mr. Compress's arm to bits. Yeah, and Hawks is still just staring him down. It's always like this. He got me to carelessly lead him right to everyone. Not again! And Twice is having like a little head crisis right now, and Hawks is still eyeing him down. I had to trust you because I felt bad for you. And we're counting events when he was speaking to Twice. A cage isn't where I belong. What's a guy with nothing left supposed to do? Find someone who'll trust you. Who? Friends. How sad is it if no one trusts you? Well, thanks. You've just been unlucky, but you can make a fresh start once you pay for your crimes. Anyone who helps his friends can't be all bad. I'll even help you start over, because you're a good person. Oh, so he sees the potential in him. Who knows? Twice could make an actually pretty powerful hero. You know, after he pays his dues. Shut up. You call yourself a hero? Fresh start? That's a load of crap. Come on! Bubai Gawada! Fresh start? That's a load of crap. Come on! Stop that. Bubai Gawada. As for what happens to me, I stopped giving a darn way back. I don't want to fight you. Bubai Gawada. Well, good for freaking you. And then he splits into Twice clones. And does he send it looks like he sends his arrows all into him, but Twice just duplicates himself, which is probably going to make this fight a little bit harder. I'd trade my soul for the League's happiness. Sad man's parade! And while this is all going on, Hawks just looks on. But as this is going on, someone's making his way to him. And it's Dabi. Dabi is coming. This isn't your fault. As always, scummy heroes are to blame. And I've never seen this face on Dabi. Dabi has the most craziest look on his face. Like he's baring all teeth. He's baring all teeth, wide-eyed, grinning ear to ear. It almost looks like Dabi's lost his mind making his way, because Dabi is coming for this, which means that we may see a Hawks versus Dabi fight. And maybe we could find out a little bit more about Dabi in the process. But not only that, we have Twice. It looks like it's going to be Twice and Dabi versus Hawks, at least the way it's setting it up here. Okay, you're going to have to stop doing that. You know who you are. Stop it. But that's pretty much the end of the chapter. We don't get another one until next week. So, wow. So, the thing is, things are not looking good for the villains. The heroes are having so much good fortune, but there's still so many factors at play here. Like we have Tomura Shigaraki, who's still out there. All right, Jeff, good to see you here. Hope you enjoyed yourself. But that's pretty much the end of the chapter. But overall, this is a good chapter. The heroes are making so much headway. Cementos is pretty much dismantling their mission. All the villains who are inside, like the assembly hall, are pretty much only have one way out, because the entryways that are in like various locations around the area have all been sealed by other heroes. So now they can only get out through the main entrance, which Cementoss is pretty much just spread wide open with his, with his quirk. And then we see other people using their abilities. Midnight is using her pheromone ability. And then we have Edgeshot using his ability. We have Kamui Woods using his ability. There's just so many factors in here. Then we have She-Mage, and then we have Mudman from Class 1B. There's just so many factors in here, and things are looking really good for the heroes. I hope Gigantomachia goes crazy soon. From what we've seen, Gigantomachia is a absolute monster, with the only person who was able to bring him under control either Daruma or Tomoda Shigaraki. And even then, he only did that because he actually came to see Tomoda Shigaraki as a successor for All For One. It's not because Tomoda beat him, it's because Tomoda was acknowledged by him. So even then, the only person who could really bring him down at that time was Daruma. And we've seen him to be ridiculous. Dude only needs like 1 hour of sleep before he can fight for who knows how long. Like, dude has almost limitless stamina. So they're going to need someone equally as strong as Gigantomachia in order to combat him. Because, yeah, for what I've seen, he's actually more powerful than a Nomu. So that's actually a scary thought. If Tomoda Shigaraki or Gigantomachia show up, it's only going to be bad for the heroes. It really is. And even more so with Tomoda, because we don't know what the experiments were done on him. But let me just focus on a little bit on this chapter as a whole here. So the heroes are all doing their thing, starting to take down a lot of the other villains, including Edgeshot going in and pretty much just handling a lot of the villains by puncturing a hole in their lungs so they can't run at full capacity, because not many people can move that well with a hole in one of their internal organs. So they're pretty much out of commission. I don't think the heroes can handle Giganto or Redestro. Oh, I forgot about Redestro. Can you imagine how much stress he has compiled in his body right now, aid to his power, due to the fact that he was so happy-go-lucky. Like, I can't show you the panel, but the face he has in realizing, before he realizes that heroes are here, he has like the biggest cheese on his face. He's closed-eyed, he's smiling. And as soon as he's told that the heroes have broken in, heroes are coming, all comms are jammed, all exits have been blocked except through the mansion, the stress just literally pours into his body immediately. But the thing actually, you know what? He's up and running again. Like, he's walking around now. Because he used to be in a wheelchair after his fight with Tomoda Shigaraki. But now he's up and moving now. Which is actually kind of scary, because we've seen what happens to him when he's on his... We've seen him when he was just normal on his feet. And he was kind of impaired after his fight with Tomoda Shigaraki. But apparently so much time has passed that he's now back on his feet again, which means that he can get back into, fights again. But now with all this stress pouring into him, who knows what's going to happen. But not only that, but Hawks is ready to apprehend Twice. But the Twice side is kind of like thinking like, why does this stuff always happen to me? Why am I always put in these situations? And then Bubai Gawara, who is the real person of Twice. Like, Twice is the villain alias, but he's also a separate personality. Bubai Gawara is the actual person, but he's also a separate personality. And he can't accept that people... Actually, you know what? Let's just pull that page up right now. He doesn't believe anything that Hawks is saying, because Hawks wants to apprehend him and even says that he thinks that Twice is a good person. Twice, not Bubai Gawara, but Twice is a good person. And he can help him start a new life, once he pays for his crimes. Bubai Gawara doesn't believe this and thinks that it's all just a bunch of nonsense. And he stopped caring like way, way back then. And he says that he traded his soul for the League's happiness. So, and he just causes like numerous Twice clones to pop out of his body, which I'm pretty sure are the sad Twices. So, yeah, that's happening right now between Hawks and Bubai Gawada along with the Twice. So I pretty much separate Bubai Gawada and Twice as separate entities. So Bubai Gawada is fighting along with Twice. And at the end of this panel, we see Dabi closing in to where Hawks and Twice are. So there's going to be like a 3-way or 2-way fight. Either Bubai Gawada is going to side with Dabi, or he's just going to strike out on his own and, fight everyone there. I think Dabi is going to kill Hawks and Shigaraki is going to kill Mirko. This arc is so much as I don't want that. I really hope we don't lose any more heroes because I like Mirko and I like Hawks. I really do. I'd hate for him to be killed after he was just made like the number 2 hero. I smell meat. Smells like beef. Chicken? Smells like chicken. I smell meat! But I'm not going to keep you guys too long. You guys know my reaction for My Hero Academia. They tend to be shorter than my reactions for One Piece because I'm able to get through them so quickly. But this was actually another good chapter because the heroes are just showing you that, hey, we're heroes for a reason. And it's time to take this fight to the villains. But I feel like there's going to be like a wrench thrown in the plans because we have so many other villains that are unaccounted for and unapproached by heroes that they could possibly start to turn the tide for the villains in their favor if the heroes are not careful. But overall, I thought this was a good chapter. And yeah, there's not much else I can say. I enjoyed this. So I'm going to end it here for you guys. I don't want to keep you guys too long. You guys know I tend to drone on for a nice long while. On a quick side note, have you ever read or heard of Solo Leveling? I've heard of it because I keep getting notifications from Roger and he's reading through it. What is it about? I have no idea what Solo Leveling is about. Is it like a isekai type manga? What is it? I actually want to know because I've been hearing about it so much, but I never took the time to actually look it up. And then after you let me know what it is, I'll probably just go ahead and end the stream right there. Oh, yeah, someone's cooking something. I can smell it coming through the vents. Then after this, I need to go ahead and record the episode for One Piece as soon as I get the chance. It's a Korean manhwa about... Oh, it's a Korean manga about hunters. Oh, it's a Korean-made manga? It's pure hype, trust me. Okay. I'll look into it then. If it's pure hype, then I'm going to check it out. Maybe I'll do it live one day. I might do it live, just so I can read through it. Probably on one of my days off. So it probably won't. It's in all color. Oh, word. Oh, okay. So I'll definitely have to look into this then. Solo Leveling. All right. Okay. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it off camera. I kind of want to do that live. So I'll have to pick a date. Please give it a look. I will. Kevin Spencer, this is me, 2:34 p.m. on the 15th of March. I'm letting you know that this is a promise that I will look in. Oh, great. Hiccups. I will look into Solo Leveling, and I might have a stream where I just read through it. I don't know how many chapters there are, but I'll try to read through as many as I can one day. I still got to figure that out because with One Piece Power Warriors 4 coming out, that's going to have all my attention. Like, it just is. It is. When that game comes out, that's literally all I'm going to be making videos for, aside from what I normally do. So, aside from the usual things I do on Sundays, like reactions and stuff. But that game is going to eat up all of my time, and I'm going to spend so much time on it. But this is my promise to you. I will look into Solo Leveling, and I will bring it to the channel, and we'll read through it. It's just that simple. All right. So that's my promise to you guys, and I don't like to break promises. I don't intend to. Otherwise, well, I can't be a man of my word. So that's it. I don't want to drone on for too long. This is it, everybody. This was actually a really good chapter. I can't wait for the next one. The fact that we are not going on break from some of these chapters that should be on break is a surprise to me. But I'm grateful that we're getting these chapters now, and I can't wait to read through the next one when they come out next week. I'm looking forward to Pirate Warriors 2. I am. The fact that Eustace Captain Kidd has been confirmed a new playable character, and all these other characters are getting reworked move sets. The maps are going to be destructible, where you are literally going to be able to hit people into buildings, and they're going to start to chip away, and then some just straight up destroy buildings. Everyone who was powerful in Pirate Warriors 3 is going to be ridiculously overpoweredly powerful in Pirate Warriors 4. I'm excited for it. I don't know who I'm going to try to level up first and max out first. I know who it is. It's probably going to be Kizaru. I'll probably have to mess around with everyone's movesets in order to figure out who's who and who's good at what. I'm really looking forward to Marco, because he used to be very difficult to control sometimes in Pirate Warriors 3, but I'm looking forward to that. But here I am talking about Pirate Warriors when I can spend a whole stream just talking about that game alone. So I won't eat up more of your time. But everyone, thank you for coming out to see me today. I thank God that I'm able to do this, and I look forward to the day where I can just do this for a living, where I can literally just get paid to do this. That's what I'm working towards, because if you're good at something, never do it for free. But at the same time, do what you love to do. And I absolutely love to do this. And I'm going to work towards doing this for the rest of my life, because I love entertaining all you guys, whether you're just here for my hero reviews, or if you tend to look at some of the other things that I do. I just love doing it, not just for myself, but for all of you, because you guys tell me that you enjoy it. And so I'm going to continue to do it. So I'm not going to keep you anymore. I've said that at least 3 times already. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in the next videos. Have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, you have Fujitora. I'm probably going to work on Doflamingo as well, because he looks broken. Later, peoples.